Korean actor Lee Yi Kyung, best known for his role as a villain in the drama Marry My Husband, has suddenly found himself at the center of a huge scandal after some serious allegations about his personal life went viral. Over the course of his long career, which spans almost 15 years, Yi Kyung has mostly been immune from scandals, with his only true controversy happening when he was still a rookie actor trying to make a name for himself in the Korean entertainment industry. Back in 2013, Yi Kyung was involved in a DUI incident, after which he was booked without detention and had his driving license suspended for 50 days. At the time, many netizens argued that this was a really irresponsible act, especially for a rookie actor, and some thought that his career would collapse before even taking off properly. In the end, this wasn't the case, and Yi Kyung was able to recover without too many issues, so he quickly returned to acting. Over the next few years, he went on to star in numerous popular dramas, gaining recognition thanks to supporting roles in My Love from the Star and Descendants of the Sun, slowly moving into leading roles. Yi Kyung later found mainstream success thanks to his appearances in dramas such as Go Back Couple and Welcome to Waikiki, while more recently he gained a lot of attention thanks to his role in the hit series Marry My Husband. Throughout all these years, he mostly remained scandal-free, gaining a lot of praise for his acting abilities and growing a large fan base, but he sometimes found himself involved in some small controversies. The most recent one happened just a few months ago in June 2025, when Yi Kyung appeared on a TV show and showed what many described as a lack of manners while eating. While this was most likely intended as a joke, many netizens didn't like his way of loudly slurping the noodles in an exaggerated way, and the other guests on the show were also taken aback. The joke apparently went wrong, and Yi Kyung definitely didn't expect such a heated reaction from the public, so on the next episode he stated that he wouldn't eat anything, while the other guests mocked him. Many thought that this was just a useless controversy, since Yi Kyung was simply joking and shouldn't receive so much hate for such a small issue. However, now the situation has completely changed, and Yi Kyung is unexpectedly being hit by the biggest scandal of his life, with accusations that, if proven true, might very well hurt his reputation and destroy his entire career. The controversy exploded completely out of nowhere on October 19th when an anonymous netizen made a blog post on a Korean forum claiming to have been a victim of Yi Kyung's misbehavior numerous times and saying that she wanted to expose his real personality behind the scenes. The alleged victim went on to share several screenshots of what she claims to be private conversations between her and Yi Kyung. These messages paint an extremely disturbing picture, as the person said to be Yi Kyung appears to be manipulative and coercive towards the alleged victim, while also often using explicit language. The netizen clarified that she recently changed phones, so she lost most of the evidence she wanted to show, including numerous past messages, but also explained that the conversations she was able to recover are enough to prove her point. According to the messages shared in one of the screenshots, Yi Kyung allegedly once told the victim that he wanted multiple men to force themselves on her at the same time. The alleged victim thought that Yi Kyung was joking, so she played into it and asked him how many men would be involved in these acts. Yi Kyung responded that he wanted 3 men, including his best friend, to have forced themselves on her at the same time. Another screenshot instead showed some Instagram DMs allegedly shared between the victim and Yi Kyung. In these messages, Yi Kyung apparently asked the victim about the size of her chest, and then he wanted to get her ID on the KakaoTalk messaging app. The netizen then posted more screenshots of these conversations after they moved from Instagram to KakaoTalk. In these messages, the person said to be Yi Kyung appears to act in a more moderate way, saying that he misses the alleged victim and even sending her a photo of himself. The netizen admitted that at first she thought that Yi Kyung was a good person, but she added that it's embarrassing to say this now. According to the alleged victim, the conversations with Yi Kyung would suddenly turn much more explicit, and he was often very insistent in his demands. In another screenshot shared by the netizen, Yi Kyung is seen allegedly asking the victim to send him pictures of her private parts. When the alleged victim told Yi Kyung that she couldn't do it, he apparently insulted her harshly using vulgar language while again sending a photo of himself. This isn't all, as the alleged victim also revealed another screenshot in which Yi Kyung asked her to do a test on her preferences and attitudes regarding some very explicit environments. Finally, she also added that Yi Kyung had sent her pictures of his private parts. Soon after the allegations went viral, Yi Kyung announced through his agency, Sang-young Entertainment, that he would take legal action against the accuser. In their statement, the agency claimed that the accusations are just false information and malicious rumors, adding that they would do whatever they deem necessary to protect Yi Kyung. Nevertheless, The initial post sparked a heated discussion online, and at this point, netizens are still divided on the issue. The accusations immediately led to a massive wave of outrage against Yi Kyung, with countless netizens absolutely appalled by the language and the content of the messages shared by the alleged victim. Many started attacking Yi Kyung, pointing out how the screenshots clearly showed his name and pictures sent by him. Others also pointed at his past DUI accident from 2013 to argue that he's an unreliable person. Some instead even drew comparisons between his alleged real-life behavior and his on-screen villainous character. Meanwhile, the fact that the alleged victim claimed that many more conversations similar to those already shared have been lost makes things even worse, as those messages could have been even more disturbing. However, others are more skeptical about all these allegations. Some have argued that even though Yi Kyung's name and photos are visible in the screenshots, this doesn't completely prove that he was really on the other side of those conversations. In fact, many netizens have reacted to the news with disbelief, with some asking whether these allegations are real. Fans of Yi Kyung have instead defended him fiercely, denying everything and posting about his good deeds over the years. Some have especially pointed at how in 2020 he rescued a person who was attempting to jump in front of incoming traffic to take their own life, arguing that Yi Kyung is a good person. While this doesn't prove anything, after Yi Kyung's agency announced that they would take legal action against the accuser, many took a much more cautious stance, asking for a definitive clarification of the facts. Then, the scandal suddenly took another unexpected turn. First, some industry insiders claimed that Sangyang Entertainment had already received monetary blackmail attempts related to the accusations, and then the original post was deleted. A person claiming to be the accuser made a new post on an online community, adding more details to the controversy. The netizens said that it's true that she once asked Yi Kyung for money, and added that this wasn't done as blackmail, but because she had real financial issues and was ashamed of asking her parents for help. She also claimed that, in the end, Yi Kyung didn't send her any money and she never asked again. The alleged victim added that she didn't post the accusations for money or attention, but to protect other women who might have similar experiences while interacting with Yi Kyung. In another unexpected turn of events, the netizen then revealed that she's not Korean, but a German who has been studying Korean for 8 years. After these new revelations, a source close to Sangyang Entertainment claimed the accuser had already sent them a post containing the allegations against Yi Kyung, demanding money from them in what they described as an attempted extortion. According to the agency, the incident concluded with the netizen admitting to spreading falsehoods and sending an apology email to them. Sangyang Entertainment then alleged that the netizen has posted the same accusations that they already admitted to be fabricated. Once again, at this point, it's hard to say what's actually the truth. Many think that the credibility of the accuser has been undermined, and some have argued that the netizen who sparked the controversy is just trying to move public opinion against Yi Kyung for some reason. However, others don't really trust that Sangyang Entertainment is telling the truth either, since they didn't provide any evidence for their own claims. With all these conflicting claims, at the moment, most netizens are remaining cautious and waiting to see how this complex situation will develop. If the accusations are proven to be false, this would turn out to be another case of a celebrity being hurt by false information. However, if it turns out to be all true, Yi Kyung's career might suffer a huge hit from which it will be hard to recover. In any case, with new information coming out very fast, it will be interesting to see how this controversy evolves over the next few weeks.